Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Mathematics. This is Rekha Chopra, your maths teacher. Students, before I start today's lecture, I would request you all to please like, share and subscribe this channel for further updates. In the last video, we discussed about composition of functions, identity functions, then invertible functions and how to find inverse of a function. Now going forward, I will discuss few questions of exercise 1.3. Before I start discussing the question, let's talk about this diagram. Here, if we have input x equal to 3, it goes into this function machine. Let's consider this function as machine. Now, if this input goes into this function machine, the function is the square of this x. Means whichever raw material goes into this machine, this function converts it into the square of that raw material. So if 3 goes in, then 9 comes out, and this 9 is fx. Now if this 9 goes into another machine, function g, which is x plus 1. So whichever raw material comes here, this function adds 1 to that element. So if 9 goes in, then 10 comes out. So here the input for this function machine f was 3, but what was the output? Output was 9. But now for g, the input is this fx. Fx goes in and then this function g takes place and 10 comes out, and we call it as g of fx, because first of all this function f takes place, it becomes fx, then this function fx goes into the machine and then g of fx comes out, and this is only composition of two functions and we call it a GOF in short. Now let's take question number 3. Here we have to find GOF and FOG for these two given functions. fx is mod of x and gx is mod of 5x minus 2. Now let's talk about FOG. FOG means f of gx. It means we have to take function fx, but wherever we will have x, we will replace it with gx. So function fx is mod of x. So mod of, in place of x, we have to take gx now because the domain is gx. So mod of gx. And what is gx? Let's put the value mod of 5x minus 2. And that does not make any sense that we have 2 mods or 3 mods or 1 mod. That is one of the same thing. So mod of 5x minus 2 is the FOG x function. Now let's talk about GOF x. So GOF means g of fx. G of fx means we have to take function g, but wherever we have x, in place of x we will write fx because now the domain is fx. So mod of 5, in place of x we will write fx minus 2. And what is fx? Now put the value, that is mod x. So mod of 5 mod x minus 2. Now question number 5, state with reason whether following functions have inverse or not. Now first part we have taken, here it is given that function f is defined from this set to this set, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10 and 4, 10. It's clearly visible with this this arrow diagram that this is not one function, although this is many one function. So if the function is not 1, there is no scope of discussing further. Simply here we can conclude that this function does not have an inverse. Third part, here function h is defined from this set to this set and in such a way that 2 is mapped with 7, 3 with 9, 4 with 11 and 5 with 13. Look at this arrow diagram and we can easily conclude that 2 is related to 7, 3 with 9, 4 with 11 and 5 with 13. So it means this function is 1, 1 and yes, this function is onto as well. So it means this function is invertible and it will have an inverse. And what will be the inverse? Inverse is very simple in this case. What we do, we just swap the ordered pairs. So inverse will have 7, 2, 9, 3, 11, 4 and 13, 5. Question number 8, here we have to consider the function f is defined from r plus to 4 to infinity given by this function x square plus 4. Show that f is invertible. It means we have to check 1, 1 and onto, and the inverse is this under root y minus 4, where r plus is the set of all non-negative real numbers. Now let's check 1, 1 first of all. For that fx1 equal to x1 whole square plus 4, fx2 x2 whole square plus 4. And let's put their values. 4 and 4 cancel. X1 equal to x2 or x1 equal to minus x2. Now we know that function is defined from R plus to this set, and x belongs to our domain R plus. X is always positive, so this negative, this second case we will ignore and we will take first case, x1 equal to x2, so it means the function is 1 1. Now let's check on to, we will assume the given function equal to y minus 4 equal to x square, and we'll calculate x in terms of y, which is plus minus under root y minus 4. Now the function is defined from R plus, so x will be positive every time. So definitely from here also we will remove this negative sign, and x is equal to under root y minus 4. Now y belongs to this interval. Y is greater than or equal to 4 always. So if y is greater than or equal to 4, it means y minus 4 is greater than or equal to 0. If this is greater than or equal to 0, so it means x is also greater than or equal to 0, and x is a real number which is greater than or equal to 0, means x belongs to R plus. So definitely for every y there is some image, pre-image x. Now let's check for y equal to fx, and what is x that we have calculated under root y minus 4. Let's treat this function as fx. The function was x square plus 4, and in place of x we will write the value that we have calculated. So x square plus 4, and when we'll remove this square and root, answer is y. So y is equal to y. So hence the function is onto. This is 1 1 and onto, it means the function is invertible, and the inverse is this. That's what we calculated under root y minus 4. Question number 9 is also same. Here also function is defined from R plus to minus 5 to infinity, and function is this. Again we have to show the function is invertible, and the inverse is this. Now f is invertible if it is 1 1 and onto. First of all let's calculate 1 1, fx1, fx2, equate them. Minus 5 plus 5 cancel, and here 9 common. After simplifying, here we will get this thing. Now there are two cases, either x1 minus x2 equal to 0 or this thing equal to 0. Here x1 minus x2 equal to 0 means x1 is equal to x2, and as our x belongs to R plus, so for any positive value of x, this thing cannot be equal to 0. So it means x1 is equal to x2. So this is 1 1. Now let's check on to y is equal to this thing, and now let's write this equation in the form of quadratic equation, and let's solve it by using the quadratic formula. After that we are getting x equal to this or this. Again x is always positive, so we will ignore this value and will consider this value. Minus 1 plus under root 6 plus y upon 3. Now R plus function is defined from R plus to minus 5 to infinity. So y always belongs to this interval. It means it is greater than or equal to minus 5. So whenever our y is greater than or equal to minus 5, definitely under the root whatever value we will get, that will be greater than or equal to 0. If this is greater than or equal to 0, x is also greater than or equal to 0, it means x belongs to R plus. Now you can again do that testing, and we will get y in return. So it means this function is onto, hence we can say this is invertible and this is the inverse. Question number 13, here we have to find, function is given which is defined from R to R, and we have to find f of fx. The way we calculate fog and Goff, now we have to find f of fx. So function is this. Now f of fx means we will take function fx, but in place of x we will write down fx again. So then we'll put the value of fx, and after opening and solving we will get x in return. So f of fx is x, so C is the correct answer. Question number 14, here function is given as 4x upon 3x plus 4. Domain and codomains are given. Now we have to first of all find its inverse of f. So first of all let's find the inverse. Write fx equal to y, then calculate x in terms of y. This is 4y upon 4 minus 3y. So which option is correct? 4y upon 4 minus 3y. It means option B is correct. So I hope you must have understood, students. Now please try remaining questions yourself. And don't forget to mention your name, class section and roll number in the comment box after watching the video. Thank you very much.